Hello, everyone. Everyone who will watch this, and everyone who's here, also the few of us that are. A few things that I want to make sure that we all know. This is kind of my only way to really communicate with everyone out there, also. So, first of all, I wanted to make sure that I said thank you to everyone. There's been a number of people who have been able to continue with their donations throughout these last few weeks, and it's really helped us to be able to keep things moving in a good direction. So we want to say thank you to that. If people are looking, though, for a way that they can help, there's several ways that you can do that during this time. Uh, One is through contributions, of course, to the parish, but also to things like SOS. So the SOS program is in need of donations right now, as is the St. Vincent de Paul and the Shoulder to Shoulder ministry that we've started, and that fund that we've started to be able to help the poor also. So we're trying to beef up all of those ways, because the longer that we're in this, the more difficult it's going to be for people, and we need to make sure that we're taking care of the poor. So I want to encourage people to do that if you're wanting to help. But there are other ways that you can help also, and I'm going to go through those now. So there's we're going to start, and this was an idea of someone in the parish that was brought up to me. Ultimately, through the pastoral council, someone talked about praying the rosary daily together, but someone then came up with the idea of doing that for 24 hours. So if you are willing to take one of those hours, Monday through Friday, or Monday through Sunday, so every day of the week. If you're willing to take those hours, you can send me an email directly, and you can get that off of our parish website. So that's to pray the rosary at every hour of the day, and we're going to do that until this is all done, right? So we're going to ask the Lord to bring this to an end. Secondly, another way that you can help is by making phone calls. So I've asked John, our seminarian, to work with Christina Medina in particular to reach out first to people who have been taking Holy Communion to the sick, and asking them to make phone calls in particular to the people that they've been visiting, but also to see if they would be willing to take on a few extra phone calls so that we can reach out to those people who might be at greater risk and maybe even greater fear right now, and they just need to know that we care about them. And so I'm going to ask you to contact either John, our seminarian, and his email address is seminarian@stbrendan.org. Or if you know Christina Medina's email address, you can contact her or call the parish office and get her email address that way. Also, with food deliveries, we're preparing for that. We don't know if we're going to have to beef up all of the food deliveries that we're going to do, but we're trying to make sure that we're prepared for that if we need to. So if we need to be that kind of prepared. So if you're not in that vulnerable group and you're comfortable making food deliveries, you don't have to go into people's homes. All you got to do is drive up to their house, maybe knock on the door, back away from the door, and let them know that their food has gotten to them. And we can make phone calls to you. But Andrea is going to be the point of contact for coordinating all of that for people who, in particular, are wanting to help with that service. So wanting to make food deliveries, or maybe even go shopping for food if that's needed also. We do have food in the food bank right now, but we continue to need those things as well. You can also contact Margie if you have her information. Then we're also going to be doing a St. Joseph consecration, and that will begin on Holy Saturday, April 11th, and it will go, it's meant to be 33 days, so it'll go until May 13th. We're going to consecrate ourselves to St. Joseph. Again, Tom Gray bought a number of books for this consecration, and so I'm encouraging people to do that. We have a few days, a week about, to prepare to begin that. I've begun it myself. I had another beginning date also, and so I'm going to be walking with you through all of that as well. I know there's a lot that I'm talking about, but again, it's the only way that I can communicate with you guys too, and then we'll begin the Mass shortly. To remember again that the church will be open this coming week. You can find the church schedule also on Facebook and our website. But Monday through Thursday, it'll be open from 1 through 6. It doesn't have 1 to 6 p.m., doesn't have that on our website or on our Facebook page. Friday, this is important, very important. Don't show up at 3, the doors will be locked. I think I put out on the first information to people that the church would be open from 3 to 7. That's not true. It'll be open from 4 to 7. So if you come at 3, the doors will be locked on Good Friday. Saturday, 9 a.m. until 3 p.m., and then Sunday from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. Two last things. One is that I want to take an opportunity to say thank you to Victoria. Victoria has decided that she wants to commit to her family and to raising her 2 boys in particular. And so she's decided to step away from the choir as our choir director. So we want to make sure that we say thank you to her for all of the hard work that she's put in. And I've known Victoria for a number of years, and she does incredible work, and so we're going to miss her dearly in the parish. But to reach out to her and to say thank you in particular. And we do have a choir director. You've been hearing her voice over the last number of weeks also. So Mary Sims will be taking over as the choir director for the parish, and we're blessed to have her and the talent that she has as well. Then, and so Victoria's last day we had planned on it being Easter Sunday, or I think it was the Easter Vigil actually, but obviously with all of this, things have shifted quite a bit. So she's still planning though on that Easter Vigil. So keep that in mind. For faith formation classes, you can go to our YouTube channel. There's a playlist there, and there's confirmation. If you go to the playlist, there's confirmation classes that are there, First Holy Communion and Disciples Club, as well as our weekend masses are, of course, there, and some home videos of things that people have sent in to us, which we would encourage you to continue to do. Send pictures or home videos into John, our seminarian, who's working on that. So he's been putting pictures on Facebook and videos on YouTube. And John is also going to be teaching, speaking of John, the seminarian, he's going to be teaching a class Monday night at 6:30 live on prayer with Saint Benedict, I believe. Is that right, John? Thank you. He's nodding his head yes, so that means I remembered that correctly. Very, very good. Okay. So that's all that we have. I'm going to give you a moment just to prepare now in silence. After hearing all of those announcements, give you a moment just in silence to prepare, then we'll begin the Mass for Palm Sunday. Happy Palm Sunday, everyone.